that all you have is money. Little did I know that money was the last or the least important of all the assets.
Yeah.
Financial assets. Money was the least important.
Yeah.
So there are many levels. That is a topic for another day, but there are many levels of financial assets. And so the same case with the bees. Bees carry a number of products, and they are 6 in total. We have the bee venom. I'm giving you these details in their order. So we have the bee venom, which is the most expensive. Not the most expensive, but the most profitable. Then we have the pollen grain, which is also very equally profitable and accessible at least every month. Then we have the royal jelly. Royal jelly is the food for the queen. You get. Then we have the propolis.
Yeah.
Propolis, you know, when you look at a hive, we create it and join it. So when we join this hive, probably somewhere there is some space where light passes.
Yeah.
And bees don't accept that. They want a dark room. This dark room is good for the eggs to mature into bees. Now, and the queen also does not lay a good number of eggs if there is no darkness. So what they use to stick or to close the space is what we call propolis, and we harvest that.
Yeah.
Also, they use the propolis to cover in case there is an intruder. There comes maybe a snake, and they can't carry the snake. There comes maybe any reptile or any small something, and they really want they can sting it and kill it, but they can't carry it. So they close it, they make a coffin for it.
Right there.
Right there inside the hive.
They cocoon it.
They cocoon it, and it will be as fresh even 10 years later.
You lie.
You find it as though it died today. That propolis is so I don't know how. I don't know if the doctors use that when they are preserving dead bodies. But it is so preservative, and it's so good about a lot of importances. So yeah. Propolis is another important thing. Then there is wax, beeswax, the known beeswax. And lastly, honey. So you see where honey is?
Right at the bottom.
Bee venom is at the top, and bee venom is the poison. Obusagwa obuli mu njuchi, obusagwa obuli mu njuchi. So when it stings you, you swell.
Yeah.
What makes you swell is not the sting. What makes you swell is the power, the venom that has poured in you. So when you collect that venom and make a kilogram, you're a rich lady. Actually, you just need like because each hive gives you need like 1,000 hives to collect your 80 million per month.
How are you doing so far?
Yes. So when you get one hive, you can collect a gram per month.
Yeah.
And when you retail sell that venom, each gram goes for 80,000. 80. And if you have 1 kilogram, which is 1,000 grams, you have 80 million. So when you're wholesaling it, it is around 60 million per month. So you can do the math well, since I have 15,000. So you can know
you're
how
giving
much.
Me ideas. I bet you're giving me ideas.
And these pharmaceutical companies, those people know how rich bee venom is. And they would kill you to get a gram
of the bee venom.
Of the bee venom. And it's very scarce. It's actually a few people. Most people are just hearing of bee venom. But in China, in those different countries where cancer is not a problem, they use a lot of bee venom. So bee venom is worth it. So what we do, we get a venom extractor.
Yeah.
You put on your gear. I can't go in because I'm not putting on, but when you have the gear, you go through and it vibrates. So when this extractor vibrates, the bees get anger.
Of course.
So when they get anger, they charge. So when they charge, they come and hit the venom extractor. Now, unlike your body that contracts when the sting comes through your body, because it is maybe threatened or it is in nature that it has to contract. The bee venom is like a sponge. So when the sting enters, it gets out. Remember, when a goat, oh my God, I love goats. When the bees, lose their stings, they die.
Yes, they do.
That's bacillus. Now, we make sure that the venom extractor is so soft that the sting shall still stay with the bees, because I want to harvest next month. So why did we start venom is because we understood that we need money every day.
Yeah.
But honey can only come maximum. The shortest time there is 3 months. After 3 months, and that is the shortest. Sometimes it goes up to 6, and there is no honey. So how will I survive? And in one hive, maximally you can get 15, 20 kilograms. And each kilogram is at 20, that is 300. So it means each month I've been getting
300,000.
About 50.
Now, so we need money to constantly run the farm. We need money to constantly line our pockets.
Exactly.
So we're going to ignore the least profitable of the items and go for the most profitable.
Exactly. And that is why we only do venom, we do pollen grain.
Yeah.
We have a lot of maize, you can see.
Yes.
And maize is the second richest pollen grain plant after sunflower. So how do we get money from the flowers of the pollen? Because when we cut the maize after the right time, we get the plants, the leaves and feed our goats, get the corn, feed the people and steal the goats. But how do we utilize those flowers? We have coriander here, you can see. Now this coriander has flowers 365 days a year.
Yeah.
So it means every single day I have flowers. How do I benefit from those flowers? And that is why we put here bees, so that they can work as a factory to turn those flowers into gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so lucky that we are on seeds of gold.
You're using my language. You are using. I'm on the right farm.
So when we do pollen grain and bee venom, I'm guaranteed that each hive will give me at least 300,000 per month.
Yeah.
Okay, 200. I'm still not bad.
You're not bad at all.
Exactly. So instead of doing bees for honey, you'd rather do bees for pollen grain, because
and venom.
All the other 4 products, royal jelly, propolis, wax, and honey, all come when you harvest honey.
Yeah.
Because you can't get a royal jelly unless you have the wax. Because royal jelly is within the wax. You can't get the honey unless you have the wax. You can't get the wax unless you have the wax. And you can't get the propolis unless you have removed the wax.
That's true.
So all those, I don't care. I so much concentrate on these 2 that I can get without actually harming the house of the bees. Because the more times you open that hive, the more chances for you to lose those bees. They are going to run. They are like, every time we get invasion here, Sheila here is not very friendly. Because these bees don't make honey for us.
True.
They make honey for the future. So you come and take their future every time you take the honey.
So they would rather migrate.
Exactly. And find the future, because they say, I need to find the seeds of gold elsewhere.
So let's take a very short commercial break, but when we return, we get so much more, and we've got experts on ground today. Now, when we talk about bees, like you said, when they sting, they die. You need to figure out how not to damage, not to harm them, lest they die. That takes a bit of work, doesn't it?
No. We just use the venom extractor, and we don't help. Because when I don't take their honey, I've stimulated multiplication.
Yeah.
Because the worker bees can choose not to go to the field but eat that honey.
Because it's there.
It's there. So when they eat that honey, they stimulate, they make sure they have enough food, because the royal jelly comes from the abdomen of the bee, of the worker bee. So when it eats anything, it can turn it into the royal jelly.
Yeah.
So when they have enough royal jelly, they are going to make sure this queen bee feeds a lot, and the belly swell, the abdomen swells, and it releases eggs. So that is multiplication. So I can't lose bees more so like the person who is taking honey every 6 months or 3 months, because me, I leave them to be in peace.
Yes.
Yeah. They and when I'm extracting pollen grain using the pollen grain trapper, or when I'm extracting the bee venom, I don't put in. I don't have to tamper with the house, with the hive itself. I only tamper with the bees.
Yeah.
Because the pollen grain trapper, I put it at the entrance. You know, beehives only have one entrance. So I put it at the entrance. Have you seen the hind leg of the bee? The hind leg.
I have never bothered.
You have never mothered. There is that yellowish something that is like a bag.
Yeah.
That yellowish. So that bee is carrying pollen grain. When it was doing the cross-pollination, now we're going to P4, cross-pollination. When we're doing the pollination of plants, these bees also take what we call emusolo. They levy those plants. We can't pollinate you for free.
Pollinating you, we gotta take something.
Exactly. We have to go with something. So I also wait for them here. They carry them solo.
You also take them solo.
VAT. I take VAT.
And pay.
I take VAT and pay, and that is how we survive.
Yeah.
So it is very easy for me to guarantee that if Sheila buys a hive today, I'm gonna be able to give her 100,000 per month.
Of that particular
because
hive.
I am very certain that I will not fail to get 200. If I get pollen grain, that is half a kilogram from each hive, and I get 1 or 2 grams
of the venom.
Half a kilogram of pollen grain is 150. 2 grams, 160. Join together, 310. I'm gone.
I hear you.
You get?
It makes utter sense.
It
makes utter sense.
Kakati bobango inamu obukadde bonga 15. You should look for me, and I give you the plan, and you see if you'll be earning around 10 million per month.
You are selling this very well to me. You're selling it very well. But I want to know, because bees and I have not been very good friends. So you're making it look so easy. But I don't think it's that easy. With it, there must come some challenges.
They always, the only thing that has no challenges is death. Because even your funeral is taken, the burden is taken care of by other people.
True.
So unless you're dying, but unless you're dead, not actually dying, unless you're dead, you have to face challenges. But the challenges are mitigatable. You can find solutions for them. For example, scarcity of the bees.
Yeah.
Right now, I have tens of thousands of people who would want to own hives. You get? And they want to keep them together with us here. But now, where do we get the hives? We can do the hives, because what makes the hives when the bees are there?
True.
You get my point? So you can make the hive, no problem. But now, how do you put bees inside there? So that is where the
challenge comes in.
The multiplication bit of leaving honey comes in. Then also we have to get experts who will go from districts. They can transport bees from Nakaseke and bring them here.
Really?
Yes. They use catcher boxes. They go capture the bees, bring them here. Sometimes I don't know if they steal the bees. So getting bees is a problem, especially if you're so ambitious and you want a lot of hives.
Yeah.
For example, today we have 15,000 and we're ambitious. We want to have 75,000. So getting all those bees, of course, their multiplication is not like weekly.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for some time. And now, remember, you have people who have brought their interest. They want the beehives, so you have to be very, very, very active.
Yeah.
So we spend a lot of money because, for example, I charge 1.5 per hive, but largely about 50% of this money is taken by the experts who bring the bees.
Who bring the bees?
You get? But I'm very certain that if I bring the bees today, in 12 months, I'll be getting money. You get?
And replace the one that you had given.
I replace the ones that were taken. So this hive goes for 5 years only.
And then that's it.
And that's it. So that is also a challenge, that it can't go for 10 years.
Or more.
You have a parent who is caring, or a husband who is caring, then you lose them after some short time. You still want to be nursed and baby cared for, and they are gone.
But alas.
They are gone. So you have to make new ones. And when you're making new ones, sometimes it's also terrible. You lose some bees. They migrate. So there are some challenges. And also, they are sometimes hostile. We are here today, they are okay. But I am very certain if they ever feel your scent, I see Mrs. Producer is running. So if they ever feel your Louis Vuitton perfume, you're going to face it rough. So they only want lemongrass perfume.
That's it.
That's it. That's what tames them. Have you seen Banavali Mugundi edogo? Enjuki yabbye kasooli, enjuki ne bazimusindikira ne zimukwata side. That is just a lie. All you need is to hold the queen mother, the queen bee.
And they will come.
They will be all over. As long as you have the queen bee, you have everything.
Yeah.
These bees are so magical that God created them in a very, very complex way. Do you know these guys talk? They talk to each other. They even communicate. Have you ever wondered, one bee stings you and immediately in a few seconds another bee comes and stings you the same side? How does the second one know where to sting? So these guys, when it stings you, it communicates and tells those guys, someone by maybe 5.3 feet tall, she's chocolate color, she has worn lemongrass perfume, and she's moving southwest, and she's moving at 2 kilometers per hour. And according to what I saw, she's most likely to run if we don't come very fast. So these guys will set off knowing exactly who they are looking for, because they have antennas and they communicate.
They do communicate.
They communicate. Because this guy says, I'm going to hit you. Because they come knowing they're going to die. So they come like the Al-Shabaab.
If I die,
I die, but they must die too. I don't die alone. So they come and hit you, they die, they hit and die. So that is why if you go down, now you have caused the miscommunication.
You have changed.
Because they told them exactly, she is 6 feet tall. And now they come and where they expected this guy to be and she's not there, then they will just pass.
That's true.
You should see them when they are migrating. You know the queen bee cannot jump, cannot fly. Were you aware?
Yes.
So you should see when these bees are transporting their queen bee. The guy is heavier than all of them, but they will now do a format. Have you gone to Kabamba or any army barracks?
Yes. Or
Koloro when there is Labor Day? The guy will move in, they make groups, I don't know, battalions. They make movements, they channel here, this is command number what, command number center, this is battalion A, B, C. Now, they will first, you'll first have a group of bees. They will make a lay, they will lay and make a foundation all together. Now, the bees will, the queen bee will be carried and put on top of this. They are going to join wings. Imagine how heavy those wings or light, how light those bees are. So they make a foundation, a bed for the queen. So the queen comes and sits. Now, beneath the worker bees that are holding the queen bee comes another set of bees to support and defend.
Yep.
Now, above the queen bee is another set of bees. Besides, there is another set of bees. Now, in front, there is a battalion also. Behind, there is a battalion. And each battalion is guarded by another battalion. So before you get the battalion close to the queen, you have to go through another battalion. That is how dangerous these guys are. They move like a team. I really hate them for one thing. The bees can, you see that bag? It carries less than a gram. I don't know how a gram looks like. It is like 0.10, 0.5 a gram. 0.5 grams is what they carry here. But to collect that bag and fill it, make it full, they will take 9 hours. One bee will take
9 hours.
9 hours to get 0.5 grams. So, wetaga okukola kilo to make 1 kilogram of pollen grain, you need at least 2,000 bees. At least. Sometimes you might use 3,000 bees. So that is why when the population of the bees are low, when the population is low, you'll have less. Yeah, you'll have less. But the bees are very, very good. They are easy to manage because you can get 1 kilogram of glucose or cassava flour or maize flour and put it here, and it will take a month.
Yeah.
That is how easy it is. Then you get maybe water. Water is what you add every day because they take a lot of water to make the honey. Yeah. So you'll get water and you'll give them like 300 hives, you will need like 5 liters a day. And that's it.
That's decent. That's manageable.
That's it. So you'll have one person take care of maybe 4,000 beehives. And this guy, even if you pay him 500 per month, you're still in the game. Even if you pay him 1 million, you're still in the game because the money keeps flowing.
It comes back.
The biggest challenge that we have is recognizing those products because the pharmaceutical companies buy those products from us and they never mention us.
Of course.
They just, we have branded Chozira Panadol. You don't know what is in Chozira Panadol, but all to find 90% is my product. So how I wish we could add value ourselves.
Yeah.
And how I wish we could get the factories that can produce more bees. Netuwera shira atwaye bees 10, Rose natwaye bees 5. We come and join and we have tens of thousands of bees. Because we are slowed down in growth, not because we don't have funds.
Yeah.
But we can't find the bees.
You can't find the bees.
Can't find the bees. I don't know if there is something government can do about it, and maybe they increase the population of the bees.
And how are they to do that?
But that is the biggest challenge we are facing. Population of bees. Bees are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you spoke of the extractor. How costly is that?
Extractor is quite expensive. Actually, I don't want to use the word expensive. It's quite affordable, especially if you have the money. The extractor ranges from the smallest is at 9.8, 9.8. But the right, if you have the right gauge or the right, the what I can recommend is around 48 million. Yes, it is nice one. It is really nice.
Which is affordable as long as you have
very,
money.
very affordable, and if you have the plan, yes, it's very affordable. 48 million is very good. You use it for years.
But the good thing is you do replace the money.
No, very short time, because if I told you that I get 3 kilograms a month, that just means I get around 180 million.
And you put back the money.
So you have used 48, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
It's not expensive, just You just
as long as you can get the funds.
You just
It is
have
affordable.
to. It's very, very affordable if you can get the funds.
Well, it's one thing to hear about it, it's another thing to actually see it. So let's take a very short commercial break, but when we return, we get so much more, and we've got experts on ground to aid. Now, when you speak of it, it looks like a little bit of an expensive, the word that you don't like, affordable as long as you have the money, venture.
It looks unaffordable to people who don't have money.
Exactly. So we have farmers out there that are probably buying into the idea of doing exactly what you're doing, keeping them for why you keep them. Is there a way it can be a collective for them to do it?
Actually, this is our this is what we are advocating for. We have seen countries transform.
Yeah.
So I don't really get it. Why in Uganda it's so hard for people to come together, pull the funds together? Must you run with the feathers yet you can actually get the actual chicken meat?
Yes.
Must you run with the mulokoni yet the whole goat is yours? So I think we just have to understand. I told you there are levels, there are different financial assets.
Yes.
One of the biggest of all and one of the most expensive financial assets is integrity. People don't know that this is an asset. It has transformed us as YPA. We don't just give you what we promise, but we give you beyond what we promise. And our number 3 as the core values is highest level of integrity.
Yeah.
You get highest level of integrity. So when we come together as a group, we lessen the burden.
Yeah.
I just told you that bees, small as they are, they can carry a queen bee that is 10 times heavier than each of them.
Yeah.
Altogether. So Sheila here has money, but me, I am Mfunampola. And maybe Rose is also Mfunampola. Tito has some money. So what do? We come together, pull 1 million. I just told you that each hive with
1.5.
bees is 1.5 altogether.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the 1.5, you can get a group. Each month you pull together. Maybe you're 10 people and each person is bringing maybe 150.
Yeah.
So every month you're going to have a hive. And this is going to be paying you back 100,000 per month. You get my point?
I hear you.
So you can do this with us as YPA, or you can go collect your people and go in Chanamkaka Masaka and do that. There's no crime.
Yeah.
And actually, this is shortening the period at which we are going to liberate ourselves financially.
True.
So people are afraid of doing things together, yet they are not afraid to lose money alone. What nonsense is that? Really, you're afraid to make money together and you're not afraid to lose money alone. People say that when you put in the groups, you lose money. Now I'm like, let's be honest. Sheila, how much money? Don't give me the figure. How much money have you earned ever since you were born? Quantify. Let's assume 100 million. Out of the 100 million, how much have you lost to conmen? It's maybe 10 million. Question, where is the 90? Do you have it? Exactly, that is what is happening to everyone. You have lost 5 million and you remember that, but where is the 95 that you don't remember?
I don't remember.
You are the best thief. So people don't think about the money they have stolen from themselves because the torch only lights ahead. It doesn't light back. But put your torch now to you. Yes, conmen take people and they actually bring setbacks so much.
Yeah.
But we are the best conmen for our own future. We steal everything from our future.
We self-sabotage.
Exactly. We sabotage every plan we have. So now I'm suggesting that let's come together. Rather, instead of running away from being a group, yet you are Mfunampola, find a way of safeguarding your money in the group, because that is where it will work. You need 10 months to collect. If you're earning, if you can save 150, you need 10 months to get 1.5 altogether.
Yeah.
But if you are in a group of 10 and everyone is earning 150, you need one month. And all the 10 months is profitable. So by the 10 months, you'll have another extra million. So that is the logic. Are you together? So it is just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Now, when we want to become rich, we have to learn this majestic principle. And this majestic principle is called using other people's time and money. When we talk about this principle, people think that we are only talking about employees. No. Actually, that is the least you can think about. That is the last of all.
Yeah.
But when you come together, you're using each other's money. Because I told you, 1 month like this, we are going to have 1.5 and you have your hive. Are together? So you're already starting to utilize the fact that you have present money value.
Yeah.
Katigwe kwato sonda ka box. Ngani yakasonda nagagawala, it is a waste of time. Let's employ cooperation and we are going to be better.
Yeah. No, I think it's a brilliant idea to cooperate. Now, there are practices. Somebody gets into it, they can afford it. They are now keeping bees. There are certain practices that they ought to do. There are those that they shouldn't do. What are the do's and the don'ts when it comes to this? If somebody wants to get to where you are, what are the do's and the don'ts?
Number one, it's so absurd to sit in your living room and expect to learn everything there at your couch. If NTV did not come here, they would have not gotten this information, probably. So NTV is doing their job, and they are not going probably to invest in the bees. And they are doing it for you. And for you, who is willing to invest, has no time to come to the ground. And the worst of all, you actually don't even know how to search for YPA, because YPA may not appear next week. So it's high time, while we are still online, to get contacts. Go on website, go on the internet, look for YPA. Okay, if you're not interested in looking for YPA, maybe go and find a friend. The number one practice above them all is having an expert close to you.
Yeah.
That is number one. I want to assume that you did an interview, whether it was oral or they just looked at the talent and they're like, she is overqualified, let's just bring her. Altogether, there was a qualification. Altogether.
Yeah.
So I can't ask why you're on NTV being this good, because they looked at that. Why am I not the person doing your show? Because I'm a look at me. Putting on what you baby gamble. Probably if the topic's about bees, goats and maize, I'll have a topic. Now when we go to other things,
rabbits.
When we go to rabbits, I'll just freeze. So they look for experts. Is it easy? Tell me, Sheila, is it easy for you to go back to Makere and do engineering for 4 years, then come build your house? Or it is easy to hire an engineer who is already an expert?
Yes.
Why do you want to start without having an expert? So YPA, for those of you who are interested, look for us. Our office is in Rubaga Road. I am saving you the burden of now looking for experts. Yeah? So look for us at YPA building along Rubaga Road near Kabaka's roundabout. Or you can even actually call us when you have your bees. Bees are there in your compound and you're not using them. We can give you some money out of those bees. We bring them and make good use of them. So use 0703 quadruple 034 0703 4 zeros quadruple 034. So when you have an expert, that is practice number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I can just give you brief points. Make sure the bees are not in direct sunshine. Remember, honey melts. So if it is in direct sunshine, it is going to melt. And when it melts, the bees are going to run. Wakachenga. So it is somehow thick. So make sure there is a shelter. Even when you're putting it in open spaces, there must be shelter.
Yeah.
There must some little bit of shade. It should be a little bit dark. It shouldn't be just open. Much as they are going to use their propolis and protect themselves from space, but if space keeps stressing them, the light, they're going to
leave.
They are going to leave, and even if they stay, they will not be as productive.
Yeah.
So make sure they are not in open space. There must be a shelter. We are not spending this money for zero. we have a reason, and that reason is ensuring they have what we call what they call eco-friendly. They also have their system of environment. They don't want to do degradation. They have NEMA in them. They have the Chitongolecha NEMA, and they have NFA in there. So make sure you satisfy the prerequisites, the terms and conditions for those two bodies in the bees country, in the Republic of the Bees. Also, there is one thing that people usually misuse is the congestion. Because you want a lot of returns and your pocket. Actually, I want to make this clear. Never let yourself be defined by the weight of your pocket. Always be defined by the weight of your brains. Don't allow yourself, don't call yourself a poor person simply because today you don't have money. You are just a mufunampola who is going to get money sometime soon. Okay, kakati. Bees, you have small money and you can't build a big shelter. Even if you had a lot of money, make sure the population of the hives is not more than 300. Otherwise, they are going to start fighting.
Yeah.
Altogether. And when they fight, when there is overpopulation in the apiary, we have lost. So the hives must be at least 300. But if you can do lesser, that's okay also. If you can do 100, 150, 200, that's okay. But maximum should be 300. So don't do over congestion. Even if you have a lot of flowers, forage, make sure the bees at least put one hive here, put another one there, put another one there, separate them. The same system in the goats, so deploy it here. Another thing, make it easy for the bees. Why must they look? You guy, you are also Ngobia. Ngobia is in Uganda is called what?
I have no idea.
You have no idea, sorry. Ngobia is like corrupt.
Yeah.
You are an embezzler. You embezzle funds. So the guys go and look for nectar. They look for pollen grain. They look for venom. I don't know where they get it. And you can't even look for food. At least provide them with food, what you can get. Because if they send you to bring pollen grain, you will not get it. You have the maize, yes, but you will not pick the pollen grain. If they send you for venom, you ask the Chinese, they will tell you. So support the bees with food. And food, I mean cassava flour, maize flour, glucose, and water. That's all they need. And they just take small. So that when they get out, they're actually running for one thing. Pollen grain, nectar, and only the things that you can't get.
Yeah.
That is going to be very perfect. And lastly, plant as much forage. Tobeeranga munakyalo. Ate gwe oyagala zikuwe nnyo buli mwezi, ate tezirina mmere. Zigenda jijja Masaka. So a bee can't fly to Masaka and come back. It will find a house there. It will find, along the way, it will find another queen worker bee and
just join.
And it's gone. So that is why the hive is here. And you can see the forage is there.
Yeah.
And that forage did not put itself there. So make it available. Also, there are some natural flowers. Don't cut them. Hey, you leave them here. You'll see if they are buzzing around.
They fuel the ecosystem.
Yeah, you can. So support them with forage and everything will be covered.
That and so much more. We have learned a lot. If you haven't, well, he gave you the contact. He gave you the location. Don't be weird. Find him.
Goat farming starts with you knowing that you need to save money. Please, let's not be extravagant when we are doing our goat farming practices. For example, these are wood offcuts. I did not go and get fresh wood that is used for construction of houses. This is just offcut. It should be a waste product. This is what I use from my own forest, and these are trees from my own forest, and these are the usual silver or white mabati. You see? So be as simple as you can. But most importantly, what we need here is to look out for the basics. Why do we use wood? One, wood prevents, it helps us when we use metal. You'll find that metal is either rusting and the food is rusting as well. But wood is good. Even if they cut, even if they sweep the wood goes in the pasture, goats will eat. So we don't use metal that rust. Number two, we elevate. You see, it is almost a meter from the ground. Why? Because this ground will always create vapor. So when this vapor comes, it is stuck in the wood. So the wood, you know, in those countries where, like Russia, where they have a lot of coldness, they use wood. The houses are built with wood. Why? Because wood is a bad conductor for heat. It's a bad conductor for heat and coldness. So it absorbs everything that comes and it doesn't go up. So we put our pasture here. You see, I've put my pasture here, and it is as intact as I put it. Many days, you see. But if it was a metal here, the color would have changed. It would have rotten. Maybe it is whitish. Maybe it is stinking. Maybe it is not good. But because it is wood, fantastic. Number three, there must be aeration. It is by design that you're seeing light here inside. There's no light. It is natural light. Why? Because air penetrates through those spaces we live within the construction. Not that we do not have money to buy bricks or cement or sand, but we use this so that we can easily. However, you can even build with bricks and leave that space. But me, I was trying to be as simple as I can. And that is why you see my pasture is intact. You see even this one that I have crushed. You see the cocks. I have kept them safely here. Everything is good to go. These are my supplements that I put in the pasture. The different types of supplements, depending on what I want to realize. A structure, a hay structure, can cost you about 15 million. 15 million. And you have your hay structure, very good. But there is also another person who can invest 100 million. No problem. It depends on how much you want to use or how much you have. Your financial muscle determines what you will do. Lastly, I want to show you that those of you that don't have what we call balers, you don't have a baler, a machine. This is a bale. This bale was baled or was made by a machine. But for you are a mfunampola, a goat farmer who is a mfunampola. You bring all your pasture, you put your bugua, how do they call them? Ropes. This one goes. This one. So, before you tie it, you put it down here. Unasikiliza? You put it down here. Then you put pasture and compact. You put 3 here, then you put 2 here. Then you compact and compact and compact. So the pasture will take the shape of this box. Then you tie. Unasikiliza? I don't use this, but I put it up here to make sure my mfunampola has solution. You're cutting with the panga. Unasikiliza? Jimamoto. Nakusala nakulia. So after kusala, then bring. Compact. After compacting, tie. Then come and store your bales very well. You're going to make a lot of money. It is very easy to make business out of money. We don't want you to use a lot of land. People have big chunks of land just to keep 100 goats. 100 goats can feed from 1 acre. All you need is to have good storage facility. Good storage facility will give you what we call business. Good storage facility will save you from scarcities, like when you don't have money, the goats, there's a lot of rain, they can't move out. When the goats become sick, when the goats give birth, they are in nursery, they need a lot of attention, they can't go and pick their own grass. This is when you give them the money. They give you the money also. You give them the money you have stored very cheaply. This bibao, just kanana, 8,000. You have 5 nails and 8 what? You finished. That is what I can tell you, Mfunampola. Youth Platform Africa, the mighty YPA Goats Farm, is helping us to understand that greatness is not just a thing to do. Greatness is a thing to fight for. Look for knowledge and success will look for you. Don't look for success. Look for knowledge, success will look for you. Visit us at our offices in Ruaga Road near Kabaka's Roundabout at the mighty YPA building and find out how best we can cooperate in agri-business.
But that's all we had for you today. Keep those comments coming in. Hashtag NTV Seeds of Gold. We are still open and will always be open to your suggestions. So scan that QR code on your TV. Join the conversation. We are at your beck and call. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next Saturday. Please don't go away. Up next is Weekend Edition. Thank you.